Hello everyone and welcome for today's session. From today we will start our chapter number 2 in business environment. The chapter is economic environment. So let us understand first what is economic environment. Economic environment is related with all those aspects which are related with economy of any country. Generally, such factors include GDP, gross domestic product, per capita income, various economic system adopted by economy or country, economic planning, etc. and many more. There are many more other factors also, but the economic environment includes all these factors. So the collection of all those factors which have impact on economy is called as economic environment. The next topic is privatization. So, privatization means transfer of ownership and or management of enterprise and or means either the ownership is transferred or only the management is transferred or transfer of both. The ownership of organization is also transferred and the management is also given to private company. So privatization means either the transfer of only ownership or only management or both of an enterprise from public sector to private sector. When a government sold an organization to private company. In this selling of organization, if they sell only ownership or if they sell only management of the organization or if they sell both management as well as ownership, then it is called as privatization. Another definition of privatization says that privatization means the withdrawal of a state. Here the state means government. It could be a central government as well as it could be a state government also. Government can anyone. So in privatization, here the state means any government. So privatization means withdrawal of government from an industry or sector, either partially or fully. So is called as privatization. It means here the government withdraw its investment from an organization, from whole industry or from a particular sector. Either government may withdraw their share partially or fully. Then it is called as privatization. The another viewpoint of this privatization is that after privatization, the industry is now open for public sector for private sector companies from the public sector. It means after privatization, the industry or organization which was previously reserved for only government companies, now the sector, the industry or the company is now open for private companies also. It means private companies can also start their business. There are many examples available for privatization in India. Say for example, before 1991, in 1991, an economic reforms were taken place in India. In these reforms, one of the step of reform is privatization. The government has started economic reforms with the introduction of LPG policy, where L stands for liberalization, P stands for privatization and G stands for globalization. So one of the activity in that economic reform was privatization. So before 1991 in India, the insurance sector were only reserved for government company and there is only one life insurance company called LIC before 1991. So after privatization, in this example, the government has not sold the ownership, the government has not sold the management, but the government has opened the sector. It means government has allowed the private companies also to start their business in insurance company. So it is withdrawal of government from a particular sector. In this example of LIC, the government has opened the industry which was previously reserved for public sector. The sector of insurance was reserved for only government company before 1991. After 1991, through privatization, the government has opened the sector for private company also. Similar example for banking industry also. Before 1991, only there are many banks, but all those banks are public sector government bank. After 1991, many private sector bank has also started their activities. So this is a kind of privatization where government has withdraw their shares rather than selling the organization. Now take another example of GEB, Gujarat Electricity Board. In Gujarat Electricity Board, it is the example of state government. In Gujarat Electricity Board, the ownership is still with the government. In terms of energy, electricity production and distribution will be taken care by government only, while the maintenance and after sale services, collection of money, etc. will be given. It means the management part is given to private companies on contract basis. Government has divided whole Gujarat state into various cluster, from Surat to till Gujarat border, Vapi, Umargaon, etc. The government has given this contract to a private company, DGVCL, Dakshin Gujarat વીજ Company Limited, and this company is only responsible for the management part, that is the after sale services, repairing, maintenance and collection of money. So this is another example where the government has transferred management to private company. There are no as such example wherein government has only given ownership but management with the government. The reason we will discuss later on. So this is called as privatization. So that is all about today's session. Have a nice day. Goodbye.